Hey
Hi,
everybody!
guys.
So we are going to do juicy questions with my wife. So I have a long list of some questions that I guess guys are kind of afraid to ask girls, and I don't think I've asked her many or any of them before. Starting with a hard one. What does "I'm fine" mean?
Usually for me personally, I'm fine means I'm not okay.
See?
But it just means like I'm not wanting to talk about my feelings at the moment, but I am kind of upset or I'm sad. Or sometimes I'm annoyed. It just depends on the context. But sometimes I actually am fine. I don't know, it just depends on like when you're asking me. And sometimes I say I'm fine because I'm like, how, like it's obvious why I'm upset. Like, so I'm done. I'm not gonna explain why I'm upset. So yeah.
But sometimes it's not obvious to men. You have to understand our brains work different. That's why like we ask questions like this, because there's things that men do not know about women, and you guys assume we should.
But for a lot of girls, I'm fine means you're not fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're just like not in the mood to really talk about your feelings.
Exactly. So that leads in the other question. Are guys oblivious, and that's why we don't know?
I would say a lot of guys are oblivious to like noticing when girls are upset or like when they're trying to give a hint on something. But I feel like you do a good job of like noticing when I'm sad or like when I'm trying to give you a hint of something small, like when I want a snack or something. Like when I say I'm fine, like you have picked up that I'm not fine.
Yeah.
Or, like there's other things like physical cues or like I guess emotional things that I do that he's like, you're sad, what's wrong?
Yeah.
But like if like other guys that like aren't as used to girls, that don't live with girls or aren't married, they probably don't know as much about the girl. So they are more oblivious. But guys in general are oblivious. Like there are times you are oblivious. I'm like, how did you not realize that about me?
You said when you're hinting about wanting a snack, why do girls ask guys to get things to them instead of getting them themselves?
Because it feels like we're being served in a way, and it's just fun to like have someone go get us something. Like go get us coffee, go get us a late night snack. I think it's fun. But then when we're on our own, it also feels nice to like go be a woman boss and like go get our own things, get our own things done. But like when you're with your man, you want your man to do everything for you. So,
interesting.
It makes sense.
Yeah? Do girls like when guys are emotional, or do you prefer us to not be?
Yeah, I like it when you're emotional. It's good to express your feelings. I feel closer to you when you're emotional also. If that makes sense. Like if you just like kept everything inside, I wouldn't feel as close to you.
Yeah.
Like if you kept your emotions inside, I wouldn't feel as connected to you.
Yeah.
So it's good for you to be emotional.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does height really matter? If I was shorter, would it have mattered?
I like you being taller than me. Obviously you're not like the tallest person in the world. I like how you're like at least a little bit taller than me because it makes you feel like you're like in charge. You know, I feel more protected, more tiny and small. I obviously like you for your personality and stuff, so if you were like shorter or the same height, it wouldn't matter that much. I know some couples are the same height, or sometimes the girl is taller, and I think they're cute couples. It doesn't matter, but for me, like I do like taller guys. I think for me personally, I like taller men. Like it makes the guy feel more like a
manly?
Yeah, more manly, more like a leader, more like secure, more tiny. I don't know. I like hugs. I'm like kind of looking up at you. But yeah, but when I wear heels, I am the same height as you.
Yeah. Abs or arms? What are more attractive?
Probably arms, because I feel like anyone can have abs. Like even if you're like really scrawny and skinny. I would prefer the man to like look really strong with a shirt on and like just look really big compared to me. I don't know, I feel like you can like get really good muscular arms and then also like define your abs later, or like in the process of getting good arms. But like even like a scrawny skinny man can have abs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like no offense to anyone. That's just what I prefer. I know a lot of girls prefer the opposite.
What do you do when you see someone who's really attractive who's not me?
I usually just look away because I don't want to like think of them or like start imagining more of them or anything. I don't know.
Are there certain things guys do that are like major pet peeves or turnoffs, like for you specifically, or just for women in general, that guys don't realize? No.
I feel like maybe if the guy's really stuck up and full of himself. I've met some guys that are like really full of themselves, and I don't even know why, because they had no reason to be.
Burn.
Yeah. So I feel like that's like a major turn off for me.
Do girls care about hair down there?
Yeah, I think it's nice to be well trimmed and well kept, or else it can get like a little bit pokey. But also it's not a huge deal if it's not always kept perfectly clean. Like it's not like, oh my goodness, like that was so disgusting.
Yeah. How often do you think women want to do it versus men?
I don't know. I feel like every time we do it, I enjoy it, so.
Equal amount?
Yeah.
More than some people lead on?
Yeah, I feel like everyone thinks that women don't want to do it as much as men.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of women, like, they do enjoy it just as much as men do.
Yeah. Are girls often in the mood but aren't gonna say anything? Like, are y'all less direct? Like, one night you might go to bed and be like, dang, like, I'm surprised you didn't catch up on my minor hints.
Maybe sometimes, but I feel like a lot of times, like, when I'm in the mood, I'll, like, start like being crazy, or like I'll start kind of like flirting and stuff, like in certain ways, and I feel like usually
I normally pick up on it.
You kind of pick up on it. If you're a girl and you go to bed like sad because nothing happened, like just like start giving him more hints or something, or start like flashing him or something.
Or just say
works.
It. Just say it. No guy is ever gonna be like, nah.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
But also just like flash him. It works. It does, like even in the middle of the day. It works. It happened yesterday.
I don't know if they need to know that. It works though, it does. Girls into calf muscles, and if so, why?
Oh yes.
Why? I'm cursed with small calves.
I know, and you need to work out your calves more.
I do.
Just because like calf muscles, if they're like defined, I feel like it shows that like the rest of your legs are defined. You could have like nice thighs, but then if you're wearing shorts, it covers up your thighs. But so then like your calves are showing, and they can look like little sticks.
When you wear lingerie, wear it for yourself and your confidence, or for like only for me, like it's a pain to put on, you don't care?
I feel like it's both. Like I enjoy wearing it, and then I also know you like it too.
Yeah.
Like when I put it on, I feel good in it.
Yeah.
So.
And I know
you enjoy it too.
Yeah. Is it better to shower with someone or alone?
I like showering with you, but I also like having like my private showers. I don't know, I like both.
Yeah.
When we're on vacations, we like to shower together a lot.
Yeah.
But then like, I feel like just like on a normal routine basis, I like showering on my own. Because I feel like it's like kind of a way for me to like decompress for the day.
Yeah.
But like for like a special thing, it is fun to shower together. Just not like for an everyday routine. Is
it annoying when a guy asks if you're on your period?
I have gotten annoyed when you've asked, or like when I've been like a little bit like grouchy or something, and you're like, you're gonna start your period tomorrow. Like that was hurtful to me. Like it's annoying. I don't know, you're just like so emotional during that time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not meant to be intentional.
Like girls are so emotional during that time, and usually the only reason why they get grouchy is because like they feel overwhelmed and like,
yeah,
I don't know, they're just like so emotional. So I feel like when you ask like, are you on your period, or are you about to start your period, it just makes them feel like you're against them.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing to ask. I feel like if you're a girl and you're in a relationship, just like be upfront and say like, I'm on my period, or I'm about to start my period, so then the guy knows. I usually like now I just like tell you like, I'm about to start my period. The times that you don't and I do ask, it's like you assume your emotions aren't because of that, and you're like, no, I'd be upset even if I wasn't. But it's like the reason I ask, and yes, I've probably been rude in asking, but it's like I don't know if it's justified, but guys, like, I don't know if other guys are like this, but when I know you're on it, my like
leash of what will offend me grows. Like, I'll give you more slack for being like just grouchy and rude, and I'll laugh it off because I'm like, these are her hormones talking, it's not actually her.
Yeah.
Versus like, if you're not hormonal and you're being that way, I feel like something's wrong. Like, why are you being that way?
Yeah.
Versus like, if I know their hormones are behind it, I'm like, all right, she'll be okay. I don't have to start some long conversation to figure out what's wrong. Like, you'll just be fine later.
Yeah.
Does good style make a man more attractive?
I would say yeah.
Do girls like it when men send them naughty pictures?
I think it depends on the time.
I've probably done it once.
Yeah. When you did it, it was nice.
I feel like there's a level which you should know your lane.
Yeah.
Like if it's a spam all the time, it's kind of gross,
that would
and
be
like
gross.
you could be around other people. Like it's not.
Yeah.
You gotta know the time and the place. I feel like.
Yeah.
Not
Make
just,
sure she's like by herself.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. I feel like.
No. Do girls like to be cuddled more than doing it?
Sometimes, yeah. I feel like cuddling doesn't always have to lead to that.
Yeah.
But usually does. But like sometimes it's just nice to cuddle.
Yeah.
And like watch a movie or go to sleep.
It doesn't necessarily have to be our first date, but what does a guy have to do on a first date to like really kill it? For any girl, for you specifically, like what is like, oh, great first date, he's definitely getting a second date?
I don't know. I feel like every girl has a different like standard, so I
Yeah.
don't know what the correct answer is. I feel like a lot of girls, they want the guy to make them laugh. I'm really traditional. I feel like every guy should pay on the first date, and then the guy should like take the time to talk and get to know the girl. The guy shouldn't just only talk about himself. Be really thoughtful on the first date. It doesn't have to be rushed. Like our first date was really long.
Yeah, our parents are waiting for us for like
Yeah.
a long time. When you see a guy, what's the first thing you notice? Like face or body or personality? Well, I guess not personality because you're just looking.
I feel like it's just a combination of their face and their body.
What is it that makes girls want to feel safe? Or like what is it that guys do that make them feel safe?
It's just like the role that guys are supposed to be. Like guys are supposed to be like masculine and leaders. I just feel like the guys are there to protect them kind of and provide and like just be their big knight in shining Prince Charming armor guy, and then the girls are their princesses.
Like Shrek and Fiona. She's a princess, needed saved. Shrek was the manly man to go save her.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Do you like facial hair?
Yeah, I like facial hair. I like it when it's like really well trimmed. I don't like it grown out at all. So basically when it's like nothing, it's just like you can like see the shade of it, if that makes sense. And I like it like right here.
Fine
Right
stubble.
here. Goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fine stubble of it. But it's also not necessary either. But yeah, I think it looks nice when it's really well groomed.
Alright, those are all the questions I had. We could probably do a part 2 at some point because there's a lot of them out there. Hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to like or add any more questions for the next time we do this. And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.